You don't take that gruff when it's about that stuff. The host of Rodriguez Rants, Louie Rodriguez.
Hello there, this is Rodriguez Rants coming live to you, which is a video. Today we're having a special guest star from FFP, Judge Cumming.
Thanks for having me, Lou.
It's a pleasure to have you, always. Today we're going to talk about The View. On The View, we're going to have...
What a terrible view it is.
We have two cat fights. You know the woman's name?
I done forgot their names. I Googled them. I think it's just because they're such horrid women that I don't want.
We don't want to remember their names.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonny and Alyssa, I think. Yeah, there you go. Sonny and Alyssa.
Yeah, Sonny and Alyssa was arguing over some dumb stuff. These women are real dumb. I don't understand how they even have a show. They should be getting rid of these women. But here's a video clip of it.
Well, there they are. Sonny's the black lady, and Alyssa's I guess she's just a really tan white girl. Yeah.
Caucasian.
Yeah, she's from Caucasia. She used to work for Mike Pence.
5 times Sonny and Alyssa got into a fight on The View. Number 5. While discussing Mike Pence running for president, Alyssa seems unsure of what to think. This prompts Sonny to confront Alyssa, saying she used to work for Pence, so she should know what to think.
I'll have more on Pence tomorrow because he's doing a big town hall tonight, and I want to hear more from him,
What
honestly.
do you think?
I kind of need to hear more of where he's angling. Like, based on that ad, is so kind of generic. I think
you
he's
worked
angling
for him. You know him.
But this...
Then Sonny goes even further and says it's scary that Alyssa is incapable of defending her former boss.
That's
which
kinda
prompts
messed
Alyssa
up.
to clap back.
What scares me, Alyssa, is that you are incapable of defending a man that you worked for, that you
I
know
am not.
of.
Oh,
and
no,
you're
no.
saying
Why
that
don't you ask me a
you're
question
saying that
rather
you
than...
need
Hold
to
up on that.
hear-
I did have.
You know, she calls her incapable. When you're having a conversation with somebody, especially if you're on the opposite side of an argument, you never insult the person. That's a straight up insult. That's shutting down the conversation immediately. Well, you call them stupid, ignorant. I mean, we can do it here. We're not actually having the argument right now, but we're just commenting on it here and having fun, right, Lou?
Right.
But when you're telling somebody you're incapable, you've then insulted them. You're shutting down the conversation, and they actually call that ad hominem, is what they call that. It's an insult that shuts down the conversation. You're adding the insult into your statement, and it's wrong. It's not. There's no way to debate properly with ad hominem. It's always, you want to leave that conversation open ended so that the other person can then respond, and you can go back and forth and have a true conversation and hopefully come to a good middle ground.
Right. Give us back the video, please.
Ask you a question.
She
I
did,
had a point I wanted to
and you
make.
said that you needed to hear more from him, and I don't need to hear more from Pence for several reasons. Because when I lived
Well,
in
you just
Indiana,
accused me of something, so why don't you let me actually answer? You're not going to vote for a Republican ever.
No, I'm gonna finish what I'm gonna say.
That
The
woman
thing about
has no
Pence-
manners.
After not being allowed to respond,
Zero.
Alyssa becomes frustrated with Sonny and tells her she should not be the only one speaking.
He
I mean,
was
you
actually,
defended
I'm
Cornell
still
West
speaking.
yesterday,
I'm
who would
still-
destroy our
I'm still
countries,
speaking.
though.
He also was a parrot for Trump.
Don't
He
make this personal.
spearheaded-
Let's hear.
He
Yeah,
spearheaded the Trump.
Sonny likes to make it personal with me, so we'll just... Are you going to give me a chance to
speaking
answer?
the truth.
Once again, ad hominem.
Spearheading Trump's
You have a minute.
I mean, this is
COVID-19
absurd.
agenda
So you have to put her arms
of
up?
downplaying
Like-
the virus.
Well, this is not
Can
what
I
the show
talk at
is
all?
about. This is Barbara
No respect at all for the other person.
No respect, no respect.
Everybody's view, no, it's Sonny
Everybody's
Hostin's
view.
view.
And Pence did not
Well,
quarantine.
Joy, you asked her
Pence did not
you
quarantine
didn't have to defend.
himself.
You said, why would someone vote
Are
for
you just
him?
going to keep
Yes.
going, or am I going to get
Yes, because I'm
I
not
want to
finished.
answer
Answer my
Joy's
question.
question.
You know what?
Yeah,
I
answer
kind of
it.
feel like
Stop
I need
the
to go to
video,
break
please.
right now.
Did you all see that they're all ganging up on a Republican?
Yeah,
They're all Democrats there.
yeah, they are.
I consider all of them being communist, prejudice, bias. These women are hateful. They don't need to have a show. Why do they have this show? Get rid of these women. Back with the video, please.
called propaganda TV.
Maybe.
No, she's ready to answer the
Well, because I can't hear anybody saying anything.
It's hard when you're being
I know.
hard when
So
you're being
maybe we need
interrupted.
to just figure out how we do this again. Let's have this break.
Whoopi's
and
on
let's
overload.
Figure out how we're going to make
understand
this
anything.
work. We'll be right back.
And even after the break, viewers noticed there was still a lot of tension between Sonny and Alyssa.
Well, yeah.
That's the challenge she's
'Cause
going to
Sonny made
face.
it.
Is you've got someone else
Yeah.
running in that lane who's
Can I
effective.
talk about Pence now?
What do you think?
Go ahead.
I hope so.
Didn't you already talk
so
about
what
it for
I'm saying
like 10
about
minutes?
Pence was, there have been people that have worked for him, so I won't make it personal, that don't seem to be able to stand up and say, you should vote for this man. And
Well,
he,
okay, that's
I
actually
think-
not true. So, okay.
Well, that
Let me
is
know.
true. And I think
Number 4. Alyssa takes great issue with Sonny after she uses a metaphor that appears to compare women to cockroaches.
Oh, my
White
God.
Republican suburban women are now going to vote Republican.
Why?
It's almost like roaches voting for Raid.
Stop
right?
the
It's-
video, please. What do you think about that comment?
I think that's absolutely racist, for one, to point out racist and it just awful to think about human beings being compared to cockroaches.
Especially other women. This is a woman talking about other women. How is she going to be talking about other women and putting other women down when she's a woman? You know?
Yeah. Well, not only that, but saying, well, it's only white women. It's just white women. You know?
That's true too.
That's
but
racist. That's racist to say that because there's plenty of women out there that aren't white that are definitely voting for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Definitely.
And as a matter of fact, his poll numbers actually went up recently in all ethnic communities outside of the white race. So, I see a lot of white Republican women that I know of. They tend to lean more towards like DeSantis or Vivek, so they may not even actually go for Trump unless he is the nominee.
Right.
But we'll see.
And not all white women are Republicans.
Yeah,
A lot of them are Democrats.
a lot of them are very liberal. Yeah.
So are they roaches too?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't refer to them, even if I don't like them or I disagree with them. I would never refer to another human being as a cockroach. That's just disgusting. Or to even infer that they were as such. I know that she didn't actually call them directly cockroaches, but it was still that's a terrible metaphor.
Yes.
Terrible metaphor.
She must, I don't know if her mother taught her manners or respect for others,
Obviously not.
because what she's doing right here is wrong. This woman got no sense at all. She don't even need to be in that show at all.
It's just more that ad hominem, just shutting down the conversation and not having it.
Right?
Yep.
Video, please.
Voting,
No, it's
they're
insulting
voting
to the voter.
They're
Wait,
voting
real quick,
against
no.
their own self-interest. Do
talk
they
on the
want to live
show?
in Gilead?
Okay,
Do they
so do
want
we-
It's supposed to be
in
The
the
View
hands
where
of
Do
they
we
all
love
get a
democracy
view.
or not?
Right.
Because just saying that it's insulting to the voter. People make up decisions on what's right for their family.
A week later, Alyssa confronted Sonny on
That's
this
fair.
comment again. This time, it devolved into a full-blown clash.
Last
about
week you
that.
called white Republican women cockroaches.
Actually, I didn't. And
Or you said
She
they're
did.
acting like
I
cockroaches.
used it in a similar.
We just saw the video. Don't believe your lying eyes.
I used the metaphor.
Here's what I'm going to ask you all
But I
to do.
need
Here's
them
what
to
I'm going to
respond.
ask you to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
actually,
gonna
go
ask you
Whoopi.
to tone it down a bit because I can't hear anything.
Let
No
me
one
respond.
can hear what's being
But she
said.
just said I called white women roaches.
Go ahead
which
and
my
respond.
mother's a white woman, so
Go
I
ahead and
wouldn't say
respond.
that.
Go ahead and respond.
Second of all, what I used was a metaphor, really more in a simile.
A simile.
And I said,
It was still an ad hominem.
white women,
Right.
It's disgusting.
Republicans, I just read a poll that the suburbans are now voting Republican. That is like roaches voting for Raid. Now, by the way,
I
that
know
wasn't
exactly
my
what you
joke. Let
said.
me finish. That wasn't my joke. That was John Leguizamo's joke. It's a joke that I've used on this show
I
a few weeks
understand,
ago.
but we
Let me
talk about the
finish.
rhetoric.
Referring to Latinos. And no one had anything to say about it. The last thing I'll say is I
It's still just as
continue by
disgusting.
saying, do they want to be in Gilead? Do they want to lose their rights? They're
Sonny,
voting
we heard
against
your
their
point.
first
I'm trying to
interests.
make you
Stop the video,
conservative.
please. Is she saying this is for the Latinos? It was
She
meant
said
for
that
Latinos?
she said that she used the same joke talking about Latinos.
Yes.
It's still just as disgusting. It's still just as abhorrent. It's still an awful thing to say.
Boy,
It doesn't make it any less disgusting. She's like, well, nobody had to say anything to say about it. Well, maybe there was no Hispanics on the table, and I don't. Regardless of that, something should have been said. I think regardless of, you just don't compare human beings to cockroaches, regardless if it was a simile or whatever what she wants to use.
That's right.
It's still an ad hominem. It's still shutting down the conversation. It's still not having the conversation.
This woman
insulting.
This woman is trash. She is no good. She don't even know what she's saying. She's making up all these words and making up stories, and I think she's crazy. I think she's doing something that's making her, maybe she's drinking a lot. I don't know.
She's been hanging out with Nancy Pelosi. Paul Pelosi.
Hanging out with Nancy. And,
tossing back a few.
Yeah. Video, please.
You are actually
no. I want you to
twisting
consider
what I said.
No, that is what you said. What you said is it's
She
like
didn't twist it.
Don't say
it was a simile.
Don't
I
say
clarify
that I
But do you
called
understand
white women
why
roaches?
people?
All right, we're going to go to break. We're going to break.
Number 3. Sonny tells Alyssa to her face that she's wrong about a legal matter, which prompts Alyssa to roll her eyes.
This case is not taking Donald Trump down, and I say that for a couple reasons.
How do you know that?
There was, well, just real quick, there was no conspiracy charge, which a lot of folks were looking to see
That
if
was
there
a harder
was.
charge to prove.
Every legal expert I've talked to has said most likely a fine and probation if he's
Correct.
even
I'll tell you why
convicted.
you're wrong as
But
this legal expert. That is wrong. And
It's
he's
not wrong.
Going to jail over
I will
this.
tell you
He's not
why-
going to jail
I
over
will
this.
tell you
She's
why
right,
you're wrong.
100%.
Prosecutors
Alyssa's
are not
right.
only in the business of prosecuting crimes, we're in the business of sending out a message. If you let the President of the United States be found guilty of 1 to 34 counts, even if they're misdemeanors, and he gets to go home scot-free, you're sending
It's
a
not
message.
scot-free. We're
to
just
the-
saying it's going to be a fine and
Stop the video.
probation. It won't be.
She's saying she's trying to, the Democrats are trying to send a message to Trump that they don't want him no more. They don't want him to become president. They're scared of him. This guy he's doing good for us. He did a lot of things for us, and these people are putting him down for that. And why? There's no reason for it. This man has done great for the United States.
Yeah.
And he's trying to bring jobs back. He gave blacks jobs. What is wrong with her? This woman's got to be prejudiced or jealous, or there's something wrong with her. I don't like the way she's talking.
Broken.
Yeah. Okay, video, please.
It won't be
to the
serving
country.
time. Correct.
Well, not yet.
But
That's
you
like bad.
That's not going to happen.
Can I just
There's a lot more
point
to
out
hear.
that there is
Number 2. After Alyssa questioned Biden's age, Sonny implied she's a hypocrite because Trump was just as old. This slight even caught Whoopi Goldberg by surprise.
Average life expectancy for a man in the U.S. is only 73 years old. Now, granted, people are living longer, and I want them to live longer, but he's already living longer than the average man, and I think we have to think about that when we're committing to 4 more years of a presidency.
Well, but if he's living longer than the average man, so is Donald Trump. He's
Which
over
is
73
surprising.
too. So what I want to know is why are we always talking about Biden's age and we're not talking about Donald Trump's age?
And I don't think you're a hypocrite.
'Cause Trump's still sharp.
Alyssa, and I would never
That's
call
right.
you that, but I hope that when you worked for the president, that older president, who I think we have a clip of, could not walk down a ramp, could not
was
hold a glass
ice.
of water with
Well,
one
Sonny,
hand.
guess what?
He
I'm
was
not
making a
surprised
joke.
for 4 more years.
But I hope
And-
you
Hit
have
the
those
video.
discussions.
It was an icy ramp. He explained that in detail. And the 2 hands in the cup, he's making fun of Marco Rubio.
It's funny. I find that very funny. She's saying that Trump. What about Biden? How many times did he fall?
Countless.
Countless times.
He can't stand on the stage. He can't stand on stairs.
On a bicycle.
He falls off bicycles.
I mean, this guy just falls down just standing up.
Shakes hands with ghosts.
Yep.
The list goes on and on.
Shakes hands. Then he's also talking to ghosts.
Yeah, yeah. We had a member of from Indiana. She had passed away, and he called out for her like a week after she had passed, and he's like, "Are you out there?" And it's like, "No, dude." And thank you for reminding her family that she's passed on. It was awful.
Yes, it was. Video, please.
Yourself and your colleagues.
I have
when
praised
you worked for that guy.
And I've praised Nikki Haley and Tim Scott for talking about a next generation of leadership indirectly saying that Donald Trump's age is as much an issue as Joe Biden's is. Hands down it is.
Number 1. When Alyssa first joined The View, Sonny called her a stormtrooper for having worked in the Trump administration.
I was asked to serve in the Trump White House in April of 2020.
You join in April 2020. That's like 4 years in. We know who he was. How do you do that?
The greatest president of all time.
So I did.
So
Right?
you do that
I mean,
because he was
no,
the greatest
as a
president of all
fair
time.
It's a fair question. I mean, you know who this person is.
Yeah.
He's the person that is grab him by the you-know-what,
Well,
and you're working for him.
I didn't
Something
have
he
any
said like
illusions
10
about
years
who the
before he
president
became
was.
president.
So I should go
So
back
what?
further. I was Vice President Pence's press secretary for 2 years. So I was tangentially working with the Trump White House, different building, but serving a very different man.
Well, you're not working for Darth Vader, but you're a stormtrooper.
That's actually
Again,
very well
ad
said.
hominem.
I will say this. I believed strongly in his economic agenda. I believed in his national security agenda.
And this wouldn't be the only time Sonny implied Alyssa was complicit for working there.
If you remain in the Republican Party, given what you've seen, given what you know, are you complicit? And is it better to leave the party? You certainly were complicit. You worked there.
Well, and real quick, I'd say, Sonny, wouldn't you rather have someone like Anna trying to reform the party from within? Like, there's going to be a Republican Party, whether you want there to be or not. So wouldn't you want someone who's sober-minded and sound and more aligned with you?
I don't think
than
it's an
people?
effective strategy.
Well, we need 2 robust parties.
Said
You
in
were
the
part of the
VP
administration.
We need more than
politicized the
two
virus.
parties.
Oh, and I take responsibility. Donald Trump
You
politicized
must.
the hell out of this virus. But I will say this.
This vaccine
But that
was
doesn't
change the
politicized
fact-
by your boss.
No, I mean,
But
I take
the bottom-
responsibility there.
Thank you. But the bottom.
So who do you side with in most of these debates, Sonny or Alyssa? If you want more videos
Hit the video.
like this, don't forget.
Easily Alyssa. Easily side
I go
Alyssa.
with her too.
I mean, and not in everything, because I mean, I do agree that Pence is a pain in the butt. But that being said, you know, he wasn't when he was vice president. When he was vice president, he did a pretty good job. He did as Trump asked him to do.
But at the end,
all the way to the end. Yeah, it was unfortunate that he turned his turncoat. But you know, and that's neither here nor there, as far as like what he was when he was during his vice presidency, and that's what she was referring to, because that was when she was there and that's when she was working.
right.
So for her to side with them and then be like, oh no, when you want somebody there more sober-minded, more aligned with you, it's like, well, no, you would. I wouldn't want someone more aligned with them. I not want to align with them at all. I'd be like, because everything they say is bat crap crazy.
Yep, it is. Okay, this is what I think. I think these women need to be knocked out of the show.
All of them.
And they need to put some new people and people that are not biased about either Republican, Democrats. Let them talk about it, but what's the sense of putting people down, you know, and cursing them and telling them about their roaches and stuff like that, you know? It's not right,
Name
you know?
calling, yeah, and ad hominem, yeah.
And she's talking about Pence. You know, Pence, when he was with Trump, he went all around the world talking to politicians and doing things that he needed to do to keep the country together and this and that. Where was Kamala? What is she doing? Hanging out by the gym or probably some beauty parlor or something, you know? Because she don't go nowhere. She don't do nothing. I never hear her going anywhere. You hardly hear her, you know? So what is she there for? Is she a puppet or what? What do you think?
But Kamala Harris is an enigma. I really don't know how she keeps out of the spotlight, you know, being vice president. But when she does show up, she's usually in an interview or she's at a podium using all kinds of word salad, laughs about it, and then walks away. So I really don't know how she does it. It's almost like magic. You just say her name and she shows up, and then she's just as quickly as she got there, she's gone after she unloads a bunch of either lies or word salad on you.
Right. Also, look, I know Pence, he's not the greatest thing in the world, but he did a lot more than Kamala did.
Yeah.
And he was a rookie. He just started as vice president, and he did a great job, I think.
Yeah, he served on the Senate, and he was governor of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
2-term. He did a good job as governor of Indiana. I'll give him that.
Yes, he did do good for us, and that's probably why Trump got him, because he knew the man did good for Indianapolis and
In Indiana. Yeah.
yeah. And Biden, he's not a good president. He never was. I mean, this man just went up there to just rob us, taking money, spending money. I mean, are they taking all that money and buying more drugs? I don't know. Anything is possible, because he's hanging out with Hunter. And he's not a very nice guy.
He's proud of his son, though, Louie. He's proud of his
Yes, proud of what he did and proud of what he's doing. I'd be, if I was Biden, I'd be proud of my son too. Hey, son, keep doing coke. Keep getting the prostitutes. Don't worry, bring me some too.
Proud of you, son.
Party hardy, and I'm tired of hearing Biden, and plus Biden he's a puppet. He's not really running nothing around there. It's probably somebody else. And when Trump was up there, he was running things.
Yeah.
He was running, and nobody had to tell him nothing. He had the balls. He kept yes. Everybody was saying that he was going to start a war. He never did. He stopped wars.
Yeah,
he went to different countries to stop wars and talk to them, and they were respecting him. But when Pence came up there, oh my God, they say, oh, that's a weakling. We're gonna have a war now. Russia said we're gonna take back our Ukraine because Biden ain't gonna do nothing.
Well, it's like I think the biggest thing that Trump did was like when he had the phone call with the guy from Iran, and he told him, he said, you better not try to threaten me. He says, why not? I can't remember the name of the guy from Iran, but he sent him a picture of his house. Trump, he sent him a fax, and it was a picture of his house. He said, how'd you get that? And he says, don't you worry about it. You can just stop what you're doing right now.
Yep. Trump could have easily sent a missile right there to his house.
He said, you may have a button, but I've got a bigger button, and it works.
For sure.
That's gangster right there.
That's what we need in the White House. A president that don't back down and tells it like it is, Yeah,
through strength.
Yes.
Lead through strength.
Well, this is the end of the show. This is Rodriguez Rants, and my host.
Co-host Joshua.
Co-host Joshua Cummings. It was nice to have you here.
Yeah, y'all don't get it twisted. That's the man right there.
So please hit the bell, and comment. Let us know what you think. I might not be your best co-host, but I'm your, honorary co-host, your Jack of Joe, whatever you call that.
Trades, yeah.
Yeah.
He's everybody's favorite. We love him, don't we, folks?
So, Luis Rodriguez, signing off.